Okay, there we are. Welcome to the Tuesday, May 8th meeting of the Zoning Design Review Board. I will call the meeting to order. Nathan, roll call?
All right.
Or who's ever in charge?
Yeah. Member Allen?
Here.
Vice Chair Tigret?
Here.
Chair Cook?
Here.
Let the record show that members Laz and Denton are excused.
Great, thank you. And all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Anybody have any changes to the agenda? And if not, would somebody move to adopt the agenda?
So move.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We adopt the agenda. Are there any public comments for items not on the agenda? You're part of the project. Excellent. Okay, then we will skip that one, close that as there's no public here. And move on to public hearings. 18-1704, design review for a new marble statue.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. Before you tonight is a design review application submitted by JCB Collection for the placement of a marble statue to the front entrance of the JCB Salon Privé at the southern elevation facing the parking lot. As we all know, there are multiple businesses on that parcel. We have the JCB Privé, JCB Tasting Salon, Atelier, Gourmet Food and Espresso, Yountville Sun Offices, and Overland Sheepskin. This is an elevation plan. The applicant is proposing to install a reduced size replica of the Winged Victory of Samothrace within the planter strip at the southern elevation of the JCB Tasting Salon Privé. As seen on the plans, the proposed marble sculpture will stand approximately 7 feet tall. Now, this also does include the marble base. I know that it is square on the plans, but picture a round marble base just below the replica statue. And the proposed statue will also be about 3 feet wide. This does include the wingspan of the statue. It will be mounted to a concrete pad within the planter strip, approximately 6 inches thick. Now, the applicant does plan to illuminate the proposed statue. There is an existing landscape light placed within that planter strip, and it will illuminate it into the evening hours. This is the proposed site plan, showing the location of the statue. On the upper left side of your screen, you will see it outlined in blue. Now, because this is a commercial project requiring design review, the ZDRB shall consider and offer recommendations that will go before the town council, who will ultimately be approving or denying the application at a future regular meeting. And we'll just go through a few photos here of the proposed marble statue. You can direct your attention to the TV screens. And now I'd like to focus on the analysis section of your staff report if you want to follow along. The proposed statue would represent the placement of private artwork on private property. The piece would not be a part of the Yountville Art Walk, which is a rotating collection of art pieces and sculptures outdoors. It's been in place for approximately 5 years, in which the town of Yountville has seen roughly 40 sculptures placed throughout town, constantly rotating. And then looking at this picture here, there is one art walk sculpture located just north of Atelier. It is located within the planter strip at the back of a sidewalk in the front of the Atelier building. It's the metal sculpture here with the blown glass on the top. I would like to note, just looking at this picture, if you look down the view corridor, you can kind of see that barrel towards the JCB Salon Privé. The proposed sculpture will be placed directly west of that, so right behind that barrel in that approximate location. There are other sculptures seen on either side of the Mulberry intersection as well, to the south of JCB Tasting Salon, as you continue to make your way along Washington Street. And this is the area that we're really focusing on this evening. This is the rear lot to the southern elevation of the Salon Privé. Proposed artwork is considered to be a physical improvement to property. In this case, while the artwork is consistent with the business aesthetic, it really doesn't represent retail items that are sold within the Privé or the salon along Washington Street. Therefore, it is not considered really the exterior display of merchandise. Although it is subject to design review to assure that it is designed and located in accordance with the findings as they are presented in your staff report. Staff finds that the design and placement of the sculpture is consistent with those findings, and we're asking the ZDRB to review the application and to make a recommendation that would then go before the council. And that really concludes the presentation.
Okay, thank you, Curtis.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions of staff?
Nope.
Barbara?
No.
Okay, then we can move on. If the applicant would like to come up and say anything, you're welcome to. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Joe Papendick. I work for the Boisset Collection. And yeah, I'm here to represent here for questions about the statue and the placement. I don't know if you'd like to give a little background about it?
Sure,
or
yes.
Okay. So this statue is favored by Jean Charles Boisset. It's the Winged Victory, and it's featured in the Louvre and has, I guess, symbolism of victory, but also of a little bit of the kind of the unseen and the unknown along with victory. So a combination of a supernatural power that has helped in a battle in Greece. So the statue was found in Greece and was moved to France in the 1800s. And because it was found when it was missing its head and its arms, it's kind of depicted that the supernatural and the desire between the unseen world and the real world. And so it has a little bit of an appeal, and it's a historical art piece, and this is a replica of it, but it's one that would kind of add a little bit of the flair that helps. There's that wall that's on the parking lot, and looking north, if you're in the JCB parking lot, it would help to add improvement to that wall. That's the photo of the wall. You have the window there, two red-tip Photonia bushes right in that spot. It just would help to add a little bit of character to that spot.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody, you can stay there in case we have any questions. Anybody have any questions of the applicant?
Nope.
Barbara?
I guess I'm not quite sure where the cars are parked. Are they in front of the statue or?
No. Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
on
Those
the
are
left,
side street.
there's a trash receptacle.
Right.
That's shed, and then the cars park
Okay.
perpendicular to that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Is the pictures that you show, is that the actual piece?
That's the actual piece.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's not marble. It's plaster.
I think it's a marble plaster. When we purchased it, the vendor said it was made of marble, but it is of a there's a kind of a chalky material.
Okay. It's referred to as marble in this,
Yes.
and I don't
And
think
that's-
it is marble. Okay, if nobody has any more questions, then we can, thank you, and we'll discuss it.
Members of the public comment in case they want.
Oh, public comment? Sharon? No. Okay, and I will close the public comment. Mikhail, you have any comments? We're making a recommendation to town council.
No comment. It seems pretty straightforward. It's an improvement to the site. Location seems good. Kind of adds to the character as the applicant mentioned. So yeah, I would make a recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Barbara?
I am not familiar with the artwork, but I guess since Curtis said it's a private collection on a private property, is there anything is anything objective to the public? I don't see that, so that's where I come from.
Okay. All right. I'm disappointed that somebody would choose a mass-produced replica plaster statue. So that is my opinion. I don't find it offensive, and the location is well off the sidewalk area, so it won't be confused with any of the artwork on our art walk. So I would support it with that comment. So we'll make a motion to recommend the placement of this to the town council with those comments?
We might as well have a formal
And
motion, second, and a vote.
Okay, I was kind of making that a motion, sorry.
Okay.
And a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, thank you. Now we can move on to staff reports.
All right. The main one that we just wanted to share is that we know that there are 2 terms of the ZDRB coming to an end soon. And so I highly recommend, I mean, if you want to continue on the ZDRB, reapply, it would be awesome. But also to share the application with friends or others that in the community that you know would be well suited for this. This is an opportunity. I know that member Denton will be unable to continue on the ZDRB, and so there's going to be at least one position there where we will need to find another member of the community to participate. And the other open seat is yours, Member Allen. You can you don't need to make any announcement today whether you're going to reapply or not, but that means there's going to be 2 open for consideration in the next few months here. And so if there's members of the community that you know would be a good choice, there's at least one seat that we'll need to find a replacement for. That'll be big shoes to fill, but there's
We will miss Jared, yeah.
yeah, but there's good community members out there.
Yes.
So
We just need to find him.
and talk about it.
Yes.
Use Nextdoor, use your social media presence, use your, I guess, any friend group that you have here, because this is a cool board to be on.
It is. I enjoy it. It plays a big part in where our town is going.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Sure. Absolutely. And especially with the general plan
Yes.
coming up
Yes.
next year, you're going to be reviewing that final document and giving direct recommendations that the town council will consider very heavily.
And with more people attending the Envision meetings and things like that, I would hope it sort of sparked the interest
Yeah.
in more people, more members of the community to join. So, okay, thank you. Then I will move to adjourn the meeting if you don't have anything else, Sandra. Curtis?
Well, I guess
Okay.
I could, since we're done so quickly, I could share that we had our 3rd public workshop for the Envision Yountville General Plan. That means that we are drafting the general plan, and we hope to bring a draft back for your consideration sometime later this spring as we continue that public process. And just to get on board with how important it is will be to how important it will be to be on the ZDRB is that following adoption of that general plan, we will have a host of amendments to the zoning and design ordinances, and so any feedback is going to be really helpful to make sure we get that document in line with the new general plan. So
Yeah.
Get the word out.
Usually the ZDRB is accustomed to seeing development projects and
Right,
applications from the community, but especially following the general plan, going to be diving in a little bit more into ordinances and policies that will then affect those future applications. So it's kind of a fun, a little bit more intensive, but
Yeah,
unique
important.
opportunity for
Definitely
community members.
important.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
That's
Well,
it.
thank you, and I will move to adjourn the meeting. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.